How about some show feedback?
Sure. That's
were you
me.
consulting with a doctor?
I was. I'm like, oh, I forgot what we were up to. Sorry. I spaced. Richard Kane has to say, a quick note on the turkey burger that Wombat described. While I do thoroughly approve of the recipe that he was describing, a burger patty on slices of bread instead of a bun is usually referred to as a patty melt. This is even more true when cheese is involved. Bonus points if the sandwich in question is skillet fried, panini pressed, or otherwise toasted before consumption. I'm sorry to have offended you, Richard.
I don't think it's actually a patty melt. It's definitely not a patty melt if there's no cheese. That's for sure. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, because there's no melt.
I happen to know quite a bit about patty melt, so I'm glad that you included this on the outline. Patty melt is typically...
Isn't it usually Isn't it sourdough bread usually?
Rye bread, I believe. In New York, it is usually. It's cheddar cheese, a burger, fried onions, and rye bread, and they cook the burger, and then after the burger's done, I think they put the whole thing together as a sandwich, and then they grill they put the whole sandwich on the grill, and that makes the bread toasty, and it makes it all sort of stick together.
That is not what I did.
No. So, Richard, I appreciate the feedback, but I don't think that's what Wombat was doing. And you can go to that place and get that fake. Remember we were talking about like those fake burgers from Momofuku?
Oh yeah, the ones that taste and look like beef but are actually made out of people?
No, plants. You're thinking of Soylent Green, I think. They do a patty melt there, and it's, just like I said. Now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot.
Excellent.
What else?
This is all messed up. Kurufine has to say, in 10 years of listening to this podcast, I don't think I've ever been more surprised than when Chibi talked about watching Beauty and the Beast over and over again in college.
Why is that so surprising? It was a very popular movie.
Popular and a college student having it in their dorm room, a college male. It's weird.
What year did that movie come out? It was like
92?
Hold on. Beauty and the Beast animated.
No, it was not 95.
No, before
I
that?
was in middle school.
91. So yeah, I was.
That would have been middle school era for me.
Right. So I was in college.
You were in college.
Well, I was graduating high school, actually.
I mean, we get it. You had to masturbate to something, but Beauty and the Beast is weird.
I explained it last week. What? Didn't my explanation
Sexy
make
feather
sense?
duster. You explained it just fine.
Yes. And it happens to, if you're smoking weed, it was very weed friendly, obviously. Great song.
I guess.
It was a huge fucking hit also. I mean, it made like $500 million back then, which is, fucking huge. So I don't think it was that surprising. All those animated movies were super popular when I was in college.
I think they were popular with your group of friends or something.
I think when I was in college,
I have no issues with you watching them. I just don't think it was like a common practice for college guys to watch Beauty and the Beast.
My fraternity.
Star Wars was the big thing to watch on VHS when I was in college. Because those VHSs that was when that 3 VHS box set came out. I think that was like 94.
Yeah.
And I started in 95. And like, that was the thing. That's what everyone, let's go watch Empire Strikes Back.
I mean, Aladdin was super popular too. I remember watching that almost as much. And yeah, I knew all the words to the songs and my friends did too. And we were pure, we were very manly, I feel.
Just pure testosterone.
We watched Seven. I remember watching Seven on VHS in college.
That's a very different movie.
It's very different than Beauty and the Beast.
We pretty much watched The Matrix over and over again.
I can understand
when
that.
I was in college.
Yeah.
See,
got my big, like, I don't know, like 3 foot by 2 foot DVD player. Got that hooked up. Got my 5 free DVDs by mail away.
Yep.
Columbia House.
Got on that Columbia House deal as well. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I understand why they remade Beauty and the Beast and turned it into a live action movie because it was a huge hit, like ridiculous hit. It makes a lot of sense. And this sort of can move us right into Watch As Bitches. I'm sort of less sure why they did that with Ghost in the Shell, which came up, I think that came out, when did that come out? That was in the 90s too, right? That was 95 maybe.
90, yeah. 95, 97, somewhere.
So
yeah,
long-
95, I think.
So that's a long time ago, and I don't think it set the world on fire. I don't think it set the box office on fire then.
Well, I don't think that movie was released to theaters. Wide release.
Well,
That wasn't a wide release film.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Like, I understand why you would invest a lot of money to make a Beauty and the Beast sequel. That seems like a no-brainer. I mean, not sequel, remake. It seems like a no-brainer. You're going to make that money back. But to spend over $100 million making Ghost in the Shell, a movie that hasn't been relevant in a really long time, and that really only a very small group of people care about anymore.
Well, I think some of it, though, was it was marketed to people who didn't know what it was to begin with. So they just
I think
thought
that was
kind
kind of the point of making.
Yeah, they just thought it would be like a Matrix type movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they waited too long to make it, is what I think the problem was.
Oh, yeah. Who's even thinking about it now?
I mean, this should have been coming out with Aeon Flux time frame.
Right. That would have been a better time.
That box office masterpiece. Charlize Theron's second Oscar, lest we forget.
With the killer grass. That's all I remember about that. Is you don't want to step on that grass; it will kill you.
Yeah, I don't really remember that movie. Anyway, that's the real controversy behind Ghost in the Shell, not like the whitewashing stuff. I mean, just like why even make it? Anywho,